Hello and welcome to the 80s Hair Metal Edition, the podcast that uses your votes to determine the most totally hair metal song ever to be featured on the pages of Kerrang! Magazine. In Cleveland, I'm your Dark Lord, Keith Marsteller, and joining me from Seattle, as always, it's the creator of the 80s, my longtime friend and co-host. And little known fact, he was a junior staff writer for Kerrang! In the summer of 1989 and lived a much shittier version of the movie Almost Famous, traveling from June to August with Faster Pussycat. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Joe Walk. Hey, Joe.
Hey, Keith.
Yeah.
So listen, we have gotten some complaints.
Oh, shit. What about?
People seem to feel that our last two opening bits were way too long.
Really?
Yeah.
So, what do you think we should do about it?
We should stop this one right here.
Okay. Consider it stopped as of now.
Okay.
There it is.
So I'm just. What is Kerrang?
Kerrang! Was a hard rock, heavy metal magazine. It actually had an exclamation point in the title of it.
Nice.
Yeah. I became aware of it when we were working at WKSR in Kent. They had a couple of copies of it lying around in that shitty little lounge just outside the recording booth, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I know a shitty little lounge. I hung out there quite a bit during my show, but yeah, all right.
Yeah,
I never saw Kerrang! Magazine.
You may have been chemically altered while sitting in that lounge.
Oh, most definitely. Although I don't think we didn't smoke there. But I definitely was. I definitely was high there.
Get ready prior to the actual. And
yeah,
then,
I will tell you. Yeah. I made out in that little.
No
lounge.
way! Hey, congratulations.
Hell yeah.
Well, I'll be honest. So did I.
Nice.
I actually made out in the on-air studio. Once,
nice.
Just once, and with my steady girlfriend, but it counts.
Yeah, that counts.
All right. Oh shit! Well, everybody, welcome back to the 80sist.
Welcome back.
Today it's our 62nd show of Side B. It's a Friday, and so that means it's hair metal. And today we're going to reveal the final 4 of our hair metal minigame. You know, when you start with 16, it gets you to the final 4 way faster.
You kind of cut out all the chaff.
That's right. And, we're doing this whole thing to allow extra time for voting. Because if we didn't do this, we'd have to do the results of Monday's show that it's too soon.
Yeah, so, or you just have full episodes with us here playing banjos.
That could happen.
It'd be bad.
Because
I can't play.
No, I don't even have a banjo, and I definitely could not play it if one appeared here.
No, but I guess it'd be 45 minutes of us taking banjo lessons or something.
Oh, shit. That would be absolutely incredible if we could get a Steve Martin Zoom lesson or something, but I don't think we have enough
I
listeners.
don't think he does that.
Yeah. So, Joe, this is it.
Yes. This is it.
We got 4 songs left. People don't know, unless they are patrolling the votes to find out. Mm-hmm. People don't know who has advanced yet. And we got 2 matchups tonight that'll take us down to our finals. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to hit matchup number 1 and the tail of the tape. Fight!
2 songs enter. 1 song leaves.
It's the tail of the tape. He's out!
Well, Keith, our number 1 seed has made it through because the first song in today's Final 4 is Pour Some Sugar on Me by British band Def Leppard, which is from the album Hysteria and was released in the U.S. in April of 1988. This song charted at number 2 in the Billboard Hot 100, To arrive in the final four, Def Leppard destroyed Axl Rose and Guns N' Roses, taking 77% of the vote from number 8 seed Sweet Child O' Mine.
All right. Well, this is finally a region where the 1 seed advances. It's
nice.
Refreshing to see after all 4 of our other regions. I don't think there's any 1 seeds left there.
Great job, Def Leppard.
Yeah, so Def Leppard advances. Well, our second song to make the final four that is going to play Pour Some Sugar on Me is Here I Go Again by Whitesake, the 5 seed, which is from the album Whitesnake and was released for the second time in June of 87 after it kind of failed in 1982 release on a
They weren't ready
album.
for it.
They weren't ready. The world wasn't ready.
No.
But in 87, we were ready. Here I Go Again was a number 1 smash on the Billboard Hot 100. Was everybody's pick for their funereal song if they were to die young, and was Whitesnake's biggest hit of their careers. So to fight its way to the final four, Here I Go Again slipped past Worthy Foe and Joe's and my kind of favorite,
That's right.
Dokken, and their exceptionally hair metal 13 seed Dream Warriors. And
Dokken, we hardly knew ye.
yeah, and Whitesnake got 56% of the votes, so pretty close. You know, that's a handful of votes more, but Dokken gave it their best shot, and forever. I mean, they're fucking awesome. So they're very hair metal. So that's what we've got. It's Pour Some Sugar on Me against Here I Go Again. I'll give you a little piece of each here and enjoy back to back.
Step inside, walk this way, you and me, babe. Hey, hey! Heavy like a bomb, baby, come and get it on. Living like a lover with a radar phone. Looking like a tramp, like a video bam. Demolition woman, can I be your man? A little late, television lover, baby, coordinate. Sometime, anytime, sugar me sweet. Little miss of innocent, sugar me, yeah. Yeah. Come on, take the fire, shake it up, break the bubble, break it up. Pour some sugar on me. In the name of love, pour some sugar on me. Come on, fire me up. Pour your sugar on me. I can't get enough. I'm hot, sticky sweet, from my head to my feet, yeah.
I'm going to jump a little.
From my head to my feet, yeah. You got the peaches, I got the cream. Sweet to taste, saccharin.
Hot, hot, so hot.
Stick that sweet from my head to my feet. Do you take sugar? One more time. Take the bottle.
All right, and one more jump.
Sugar on me. Pour some sugar on me. Sugar me.
I had to wait 5 seconds for that reverb to stop there. I mean, that was like... da-da-da. All right, well, Pour Some Sugar on Me
Okay.
is It's there, and now it's going to go up against Here I Go Again.
I don't know where I'm going, but I sure know where I've been. Hanging on the promises and songs of yesterday, and I've made up my mind. I ain't wasting no more time. Here I go again. Here I go again. Though I keep searching for an answer, I never seem to find what I'm looking for. Lord, I pray you give me strength to carry on, 'cause I know what it means to walk along the lonely street of dreams. And here I go again on my own, going down the only road I've ever known. Like a drifter I was born to walk alone, and I've made up my mind. I ain't wasting no more time.
All right, I'm going to try a little jump here.
Wasting no more time, but here I go again. Here I go again. Here I go again.
Oh, yeah, I got the high note coming. Yeah.
Here I go. Cause I know what it means to walk along the lonely street of dreams. And here I go again on my own.
All right, Joe. Well, there's a little bit of both of those powerhouse tunes. And
Those are songs
And now let's find
that
out.
people listen to.
That's right. Let's find out how they got here. Joe, I don't know what you were doing in the 80s, but it wasn't listening to music.
It's too blind.
Keith, were you awake when you chose this song?
That's debatable with these songs. All right, let's
All right.
tell it like it is, Joe.
Our number one seed, Pour Some Sugar on Me, is number one for a reason. That's because it has 3 points, Keith. 1 point from me, 2 points from you. Super high ranked by both of us.
Yeah.
Joint responsibility.
Joint responsibility, yeah. Keeping in mind this was just out of 16, so the numbers are
Right.
a lot lower in this game. Our 5 seed, Here I Go Again, came in with 11 points. Again, you had it one better. 5 for you, 6 for me. So again, a
Okay.
shared responsibility, but just a little further down the list, but way, way inside the top half of the list of 16. So we're seeing something that we're not seeing in the other games, which is the favored seeds moving on. And
Right.
and so we both had a lot to do with both of these. Not a 100% here right now at all. Let's find out how you feel about the song and how I feel about them, though. I'd like to
do it.
find out.
That's the way it has to be, 'cause that's the way I like it.
Keith, I love this song.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
That's the way it has to be.
All right.
That's the way
Well.
I like it.
Joe, Pour Some Sugar on Me, Def Leppard. Go.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I like this song. I have a great deal of fondness for it. I've talked before about how it was the song of the summer at Boys State when I was
Yes.
there in 1988. And because of that, I will always have a place in my heart for this song. How about you?
I have similar feelings. I may not have mentioned this. I got sent to a leadership conference in '88, and at that, a guy brought the cassette of Hysteria, and it was the first time I had heard it. It was like February of '88, and I had not heard it yet. And so it played on the 8-hour bus ride to Valley Forge, Pennsylvania, from Northeast Ohio, several times. And this grew on me, and it's kind of a different song from a lot of the other songs on the tunes on there, but
Yeah.
it's more bombastic or something. There's just something so it makes it more hair metal than the others. But yeah, so I guess I like it, is my point.
All right.
Yeah, that's where we
What
come
about
out.
Here I Go Again?
Here I Go Again. It's a classic. I don't necessarily love it, but when it's on, I do rock out to it. I don't have it on playlists or anything. It's not going to be played at my funeral, at least not by my wishes. What about you, Joe? Here I Go Again.
I don't love this song. I don't hate it, but I definitely don't love it.
It may have been overplayed back then.
Certainly.
I think because, I've seen this song played I've seen both of these songs played in concert, which is probably something you can't say.
No, sir.
And
no, I cannot.
I rock out to them, but
All right.
they're not in my upper tier of songs. Like, it's like a convenience. It's on. I'm rocking out to it.
Got it.
So anyway, there we are. And now let's all rise and let's see if we can come up with which one of these is going to advance.
All rise for honor.
All right, we'll abbreviate that since we have two of these matchups to do. We don't need to listen to bumpers all day. Let's make a case, Joe. Let's start with the one we just heard. Here I Go Again.
Okay.
It's
for most of the song, I'm like, is it hair metal? Is it butt rock? But when he hits that high note,
Here I Go. Yeah.
right, that one that only dogs can hear,
Yeah.
that feels pretty hair metal to me.
Yeah, David Coverdale had a legit rock voice,
Yeah.
And regardless of your feelings, Denny, if you don't like it or whatever, that guy had some range, even if you don't like what he
Yes.
did with it.
Right.
But yeah, dude, this song, the look. This guy got
the
9
look.
cans, I think. He might have gotten
Yeah.
9 cans of hairspray when we did that. I don't remember, but it was a lot.
He puts the hair in hair metal. He really
Yeah.
does.
There is quite a bit of synth. The song begins with synthesizer, right? When you
Yeah.
the very first thing you hear, right? So it's very synthy, and then it does have that guitar interlude, which is very which you need in a hair metal song. You have to have kind of a substandard guitar solo.
Gotta have it. It's de rigueur.
So you've got that, and then the look of the band is there. The sound, the popularity, the cultural relevance of it.
The
is
presence
there.
of Tawny Katane.
Tawny Katane rolling and tumbling around the hood of expensive automobiles.
I mean, that's pretty hair metal to me.
Marrying the guy who sang the song and then divorcing him, I don't know, 300 days later. I mean, it's
How metal is that?
so... Meanwhile, if you wanted to make a case for Pour Some Sugar on Me, but if you look at both of these bands, Whitesnake was around quite a bit ahead of this album. They had that album in '82 they were around before that. And Coverdale was around in a band called Deep Purple before that. So,
Okay.
I mean, he wasn't, I don't think he was their original singer, but he was in the band. Anyway.
Right.
And similarly, Def Leppard was around in the early '80s, and
They were, and they were pretty big for
big.
much of the '80s.
but both of these bands kind of saw hair metal happening and
Right.
kind of adopted a look of it, and like
Kind of shifted toward it, if you will.
let's throw some tighter clothes on and get this hair teased out a little bit bigger, right? And like put this certain sound together, right?
I hope that at least one of the guys was standing there as he's getting his hair done going, oh, fuck.
Right? Like,
I can't believe we gotta do
didn't want to
this.
be part of it, right? Like,
Yeah, just like, all right, fine. Yes, go ahead and tease it up there.
I'll just throw out a name since I know the band member. Vivian Campbell is my nominee for the guy who, he's got a girl's name, but I think he didn't want to have a girl's hair, is my guess.
Uh-huh.
But who knows? Anyway, so Pour Some Sugar on Me. The entire idea of, like, okay, so Here I Go Again has that, what we refer to as the melodrama going for it, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Right, we didn't mention that. What's more melodramatic than this? Oh, I'm so lonely. I'm a tough guy, and I'm on my
I'm
own.
walking along the lonely street of dreams.
Yeah, right.
That's pretty self-pitying.
Exactly. So
Whereas Def Leppard's just like, hey, why don't you pour some sugar on me?
yes,
That's not drama.
They're going.
That's like vanilla kink.
It is the excessive, kind of bombastic. I keep coming back to that word with this song because it's so fucking over the top and lyrically, in sound.
Yeah.
It is like this was produced. This album, Joe, would be my nominee for the most produced album in the history of music. I mean, it took them 4 years to do it. There are hundreds of layers of sound. Like some of these vocal things, like some bands do vocal doubling. You've probably heard of that, Gives you a fuller sound and all that. Some of these, I read a little thing about the production. Some of these, like high harmonies that they do, there are 25 layers to them. And it
That's
took
too
them
many layers.
hundreds of takes to get the perfect 25,
It's like a Dagwood sandwich of songs.
And they put these reverbs in there, and they put these sound gates in there to kind of clip the reverb in certain spots. And
Keith, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I feel like I should explain that joke. So Dagwood was a character in what we call a comic strip called Blondie, and he famously made sandwiches with many, many layers.
Yes.
Many pieces of bread,
the
and then many
sandwiches
different
were then
kinds of
named
fillings.
after the character, like a
That's
Dagwood.
right. That's right. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Many
please
layers.
Continue.
But yeah, many layers. It's the Dagwood of music production. I agree with you.
It is an apt, if obscure, metaphor.
It is. I think folks who listen to this still know about newspapers, though. I think they'll get that one. But anyway,
Maybe.
For me, it's coming into focus who I want to vote for. What about you?
Okay. I think I'm ready.
All right, I'm going to give us about 3 seconds of bongos. And there you go. It turns out both of these seeds are odd, but the favorite is a 1, and that means I will have to go first here.
All right, let's
And
hear
for
it.
me, I always err on the side of sound production. And for me, I'm going to stick with our 1 seed, Pour Some Sugar on Me. I ranked it up there for a reason, and I'm going to stick with it. Though the merits of Here I Go Again, I can see. But I'm gonna. This was a relatively easy call for me. What about you, Joe?
Well, here's the thing: is I was all set to go with Def Leppard and Pour Some Sugar on Me till that high harmony.
Yeah.
That when he hit that high note, I was like, oh, that one note makes a stronger case for me than almost anything I can think of in Pour Some Sugar on Me. So I am going for Here I Go Again, going for Whitesnake.
Oh, hell yeah.
This is split.
Love it. I love it. That's awesome.
All right.
Well, we will now, Joe, we've got 2 more reveals then to make.
Two more?
That's right. There are 2 songs left to reveal in the final 4. And let's do that in the second Tale of the Tape.
2 songs enter.
All right. And we'll
All right.
cut that right off.
Number 3 seed, Nothin But a Good Time, was released April 6th, 1988, and peaked at number 6 on the Billboard Hot 100.
Oh, man.
Nothing But a Good Time became Poison's most widely recognized signature song and wound up having solidified the group's status as hair metal's top party band.
Yeah, hell
To
yeah.
arrive in tonight's Final Four, Poison just about doubled up Rat and their 6th seed Round and Round, winning the contest decisively 65-35.
The people know what they want, and they want a good
right.
time, apparently.
They don't want rats.
They don't want rats, yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is one of the songs, and the final song to make our hair metal Final Four is 7 seed Wait by White Lion. Wow, which is from their album Pride, released June 1st of 1987. Wait charted at number 8 on the Billboard Hot 100 in May of 1988. It took a full year for it to chart. Now, to survive and advance to this Final Four, White Lion handled their business against metal legends Motley Crue, and the Lion handily dispatched 2-seed Dr. Feelgood with 69% of the vote.
69, dudes! You metal, dude! Excellent!
So we've got Nothing But a Good Time against Wait. And I guess it is time for us to play a little bit of each of these, and then we'll talk about them. So
Sounds good.
the favorite is Poison, so we'll start there.
Yow. They are having a good time.
Not rehearsed.
No, sir.
Pay my rent, I can barely make it through the week. Saturday night, I'd like to make my girl, but right now I can't make ends meet. No, I'm always working, slaving every day. Gotta get a break from the same old, same old. I need a chance just to get away. If you could hear me think, this is what I'd say. Don't need nothing but a good time. How can I resist? Ain't looking for nothing but a good time, and it don't get better than this.
All right, I'm going to jump.
I raise a toast to all of us.
Oh, I nailed that.
Who are breaking our backs every day. If wanting a good life is such a crime, Lord, then pull me away. Yeah, here's to ya.
Oh, these gated drums coming out of this.
Don't need nothing but a good
All right, final jump.
Right.
Don't get better than
Wow. That's Poison. Nothing But a Good Time. And we're
That
gonna-
was Nothing But a Good Time.
That's kind of a party song, and now we're going to hit the more melodramatic Wait by White Lion.
Wait, wait. I never had a chance to lie. Now I only wanna say I love you one more time. Wait, just a moment before
Oh, man.
I will die.
This is a tough one, Joe.
must know the reason why we say goodbye. Wait just a moment and tell me why. 'Cause I can show you love that you won't deny.
Jump to the end. All right, Joe, that's going to eventually resolve, but that's Wait by White Lion.
It certainly is.
We heard Nothing But a Good Time. And now let's find out why these songs are here. Does Christopher Cross ever reply to your love letters, Joe?
I don't know what that was, Keith, but it wasn't music.
All right, so number 3 seed, Nothing But a Good Time, comes in with 10 points, 7 of them from me, and Keith, you ranked it number 3.
Yeah.
So, both responsible, but leaning Keith.
Leaning me. 7 seed Wait comes in with 18 points. Joe, you didn't rank it, but I overcame that by... It was my number 1 song at the time when I was choosing them. So this is maybe the one song in here that is 100% my responsibility. And interestingly, my 1, 2, 3, and 6 have made the final 4 somehow. So
What?
I mean,
It's
so
like
is
you know what you're talking about.
so is your 1, 5, 7, and unranked. So
yeah, I know. My unranked, that was what I was going for,
that's
really.
the one you were going for.
I
So,
had faith.
Let's find out how you feel and how I feel about these songs before we
All
choose
right.
a winner.
That's the way it has to be, 'cause that's the way I like it.
I gotta be honest, this song fucking blows, Joe.
That's the way it
All right. Well,
the way
we got
I
2
like
songs to
it.
talk about. Let's start with number 3 seed, Poison. Nothing but a good time, Joe. Is it a good time for you?
No, I do not like this song. I do not like Poison. I do not like them, Sam I Am.
Oh, man, that's great. So,
What about you?
do you hate it? Is it a skip?
I know it's a definite skip.
It's a skip.
I mean, I don't know. It's not like hate level, but it's like, I'm not listening to this. I have better things to do with my time.
That's fair. Okay.
Yeah. How do you feel?
For me, it's a like. It's a like.
Okay.
Yeah, I've heard it enough times that I don't seek it out anymore. But I had this album. I think I had the one. Anyway, from the radio show, I heard it a lot. And so I know it's not great music.
No, but when you need a break from the same old,
yeah,
put it
then
on.
yeah. So I've had a good time to that song.
What about Wait?
Yeah, Wait falls into a category that kind of. I also like that song, and I don't know why. I know I shouldn't, but it's got. At the time, I was really into it, and so I'm going to say like. What about you?
Oh no! Don't care for it.
Is this also a skip?
Oh, definitely.
This is a definite skip. All right, so
yeah,
it's gonna be hard for me for one reason to choose, and hard for you for another reason. You hate them both.
I mean, again,
or dislike. Dislike.
I dislike them. It does not reach the level of hate.
Reach the Jets' crush on you.
No.
Level of hate. All right.
Yeah.
And I like both to a certain extent, but neither of them is like a elite song for me, even in the hair metal genre, which I admittedly liked. All right, well, let's make some brief arguments here, and
All right, fight on it.
all right, I have risen for you, Joe, and now these are two songs that you kind of dislike, but so I would love to hear some perspective from you before I start talking about them.
Well, so I can see people's argument for Poison as a hair metal band. They have the look for it, definitely. They have that, that party atmosphere about them.
Yeah.
I would say though, for me, this song is more butt rock than hair metal for me.
Yeah. Okay.
I can see where people would put this more in a hair metal category. And I wouldn't try and talk someone out of that. I just don't see it myself.
That for me, Poison was the first band I was aware of that had that glam look. There may have been bands prior to that, as we have found out, like some of these proto bands but I never saw them because we didn't have MTV, right? And so, just from my experience, I know they're not the first hair band, but they're the first one I knew about. Look what the cat dragged in, and that that whole album of craziness. Anyway, that's where I come out on that. What do you feel about what makes Wait worthy of a vote in your estimation, if anything?
So
a much more obscure band, right? White Lion.
Much more obscure band, yes, but. For me, there's a lot that meets my hair metal criteria, which I have established in the last 2 weeks.
Yes, right.
And then there's a little bit more of that high harmony. There's a guitar solo that sounds like it was recorded by having someone toss a guitar down a flight of stairs. Just utter shit. Which again, to me, that sounds pretty hair metal. How about what?
And I'll be honest. When this first came out, I was like, "Oh, that solo totally rips!" My 17-year-old self or whatever was like, "Yeah," totally air guitaring to that shit. I have no shame. I'll admit that. But yeah, they have.
Is that the thing that made this your number one?
The thing that made this my number one was the sound of it. I mean, they have the look also, okay?
Yeah.
But there is something about the sound of this with that heavy reverb, and then the kind of that drama, and then of that, that unrequited love, and the no, wait, the hand extended out, wait. And that kind of faux sadness in his voice, he's got that, no one never had a chance, and, but it's that those high harmonies, right, that you get in this hair metal sound. It's that guitar tuning and that sound. Mm-hmm. There's just a lot of factors, but mostly it's the production, which I'm a huge
of course
fan of this. But man, I'll tell you, Poison. It is hard to vote against Poison, also though.
Right?
Definite genre classic for Poison here, and your sister likes Bret Michaels' Eyes. I don't know if you read that comment.
I did not. I skipped that one, I think.
You got to get back into the comments. Your sister has caught up. Thanks, Meg, for listening. And she is making some comments regarding Berlin and what she was doing in her bedroom. And
okay.
Yeah, anyway.
I'll skip that one.
You got to see that one. But anyway.
I don't think I do, man.
Do you feel like you know what you're going to do with this one?
I do.
Because
how about you?
Damn, Poison is just so much what hair metal is to me,
Yeah.
And this, all that fake, woo, and the ha ha, like,
yeah.
He didn't just do it once. They do a full set of woo, ha ha, yeahs,
Right.
Yeah, anyway. Shit, I don't know what
I'd like to hear the outtakes from that, woo! Oh no, I didn't. Hold on, I can do better.
Nope, roll it back. Give me back to one. That's
yeah.
Yeah, dude, they have that sound too. I have to go first for this. All 4 seeds remaining in this tournament, 1, 3, 5, and 7. They're all odd. So no matter what happens, I'm going first the rest of the way.
That's right.
So I need a few seconds of bongos here.
Bongo it up, dude.
All right, I'm going to talk a minute about this one.
Go ahead.
If the problem is we're voting on these 2 songs. If I was voting for just the band, Poison wins by a million. Poison is so hair metal. But I think I'm voting production and overall sound today because they both had the look.
Yeah.
Poison has the genre all wrapped up. But song versus song, trying to forget the history of Poison, I'm going Wait, White Lion. Right. There's a reason I put it number 1.
Yep.
But when I was faced with Poison, I just about said Poison right now. And it's that close for me. Is it close for you? Or do you know, where are you going, Joe, and why?
I'm going right there with you with my vote going to White Lion and Wait. It just seems more purely hair metal to me.
Okay. That particular song does it, and you feel like the Poison song is kind of a butt rock.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Didn't hit all of those kind of standards you set from Dokken, right?
Right. But I mean, I can totally see how someone would vote the other way.
Yeah.
Hey, listener, if you want to vote the other way, or you want to vote with us, either one, go to our Substack. We are the 80zest.substack.com. Find us there. Cast your vote. Maybe talk about how you wish you could see Keith's air drumming on these songs. And trust me, you should. You should want to see that. And leave us a comment. You can also find us on social media. We're on several of your more high quality social media platforms. Right. Search for the 80 Zest podcast, and we'll be there.
And just a reminder to scroll if you're checking this out on a phone. Scroll all the way down. We got two things to vote on. I've noticed I can see the number of votes cast, and I've noticed that in all of our voting in this entire side where there's 2 matchups, the bottom matchup always has 2 or 3 fewer votes. So there's some folks who are not scrolling all. You're already there voting. Why not click both of them? Well, maybe you just showed up to vote. You didn't, or maybe you just can't decide, or you hate both, or you love both too much. But it seems odd that the bottom one is always lower. So
Yeah.
scroll
down. Don't leave your vote on the table, folks.
Don't do it. But anyway, we would love for you to, grab this Substack app, mobile app. We'd love to, get more comments from you guys. We know there's a bunch of you listening. Not all of you are leaving comments, though, so we'd love to hear from you.
Why not?
We try to reply to all the comments that we can. And, of course, grab us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or the ever-elusive Spotify. Where Spotify is also where our region playlists are. So those
Some
of
you might want to listen to more than others.
Yeah, we know we've got a lot more folks downloading and listening. We would love for you to give us a few likes. It'll help attract more folks to the show. So
Please.
yes. Well, guys, it's Friday, and that's going to be all for today's show. We hope you join us next time on the 80sist on Monday, when we're going to reveal the following bracket winners. It's in semifinal A. We're going to reveal the winner of the singers versus the winner of bands region. So,
oh boy,
that's the matchup we got coming Monday. We're gonna play the entire songs on Monday, Joe. Like it's gonna be a thing.
Yeah,
I don't know how we're
epic.
gonna choose. But until then, on behalf of Joe Wack, this has been Keith Marsteller saying, "Hey, Joe. I know this is a metal show, but did you like George Michael?"
I wasn't like a massive fan like you, but I liked, his later career solo stuff better than the earlier stuff he did with what's his ass.
With a partner, yeah. I
With a
agree.
partner, yeah.
He was much better when he had his own show.
Show. What do you mean? Like his videos? I mean, Faith was a good album, but I wouldn't call it a show.
Faith? What the fuck are you talking about, man? I'm talking about George Michael.
No, I'm talking about George Michael. Georgios Kyriakos Baniatou, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame musician who started in Wham.
Oh, you dumb bastard. I am talking about the real George Michael, not some Greek counterfeit. The famous, tall, overly tanned sportscaster. The one who had a futuristic computer that spat out sports information every Friday night.
Is this some kind of gag?
You only wish.
Good evening, everybody. I'm George Michael, and welcome to the Sports Machine.
All right, so Joe,
Yes.
are you familiar at all with this George Michael and the show The Sports Machine?
I am aware that there was a show called George Michael's Sports Machine. I never once listened to or watched it. It was not on my radar at all.
Well, in the previous show, we did Monday Night Football, and that got me thinking
Yes.
about sports programming in the 80s. And I thought about this George Michael and how there's a much more famous George Michael at the same time. And all those
Poor
things.
bastard.
And when I went and grabbed this theme, I was like, holy shit, this theme could have been the theme to the 80sist. Like if I'd remembered it, like imagine us coming in with,
That's pretty fucking 80s.
I mean, how 80s is that shit? And when it finally starts,
Yep.
it's not that different from the actual 80s theme. Anyway,
That's true.
so yeah, George Michael was a sportscaster. He was a radio guy. He became a TV guy, and he had this conceit of this giant room-sized computer with buttons on it that were the size of like a fucking omelet pan, right? And so he would like walk over and say like, let's watch some highlights from Dodgers Stadium tonight. And he'd go over and like push this ginormous button, and then this little TV that's like not even the size of the button they'd pan over to that, and then they'd zoom in, and it would.
Yeah.
And it was like, and he did this thing for like 30 years, this show, something like that. And I was like, okay, like, lose this. The conceit was awful, Anyway.
There was a machine that cared so much about sports.
It was on late at night. It was one of those things that kept the test pattern from coming on. So I was an insomniac, and I was always watching the sports machine. But as a young sports fan, but prior to ESPN, this was on broadcast TV. I didn't have cable.
It was syndicated, yeah.
So I would be interested to know if any person within the sound of my voice has ever watched George Michael's Sports Machine, or if this is the first that you're all hearing about it. I'd really like to know.
I would wager there's got to be at least one more person out there.
Yeah, I would bet your dad watched the Sports Machine at some point. Was he a late night? Was he a night owl?
My dad was not, at the time, was not a late night TV kind of guy.
Oh, okay. Neither was my dad. Yeah, he worked too hard.
I would say the odds are slim.
Yeah. Okay. I know my mom never saw it. So. Anyway, all right, Joe. Well, thanks for indulging me in saying George Michael's real birth name. You want to try that one more time?
I hope I didn't shame myself.
You want to give that one more run?
Sure. Georgios Kyriakos Paniotou.
Yeah, that sounded really good.
All right.
Yeah,
all right.
Sounds good to me. Anyway, I was hoping you weren't going to stray from the script and say Andrew Ridgeley, because I was going with the conceit of him having this other partner that he had. Anyway, yeah.
Got it.
Broadcast sports partner. God, that was awful. All right, have a great weekend, Joe.
You too, man. Take care.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.